just chatted up with the people I chatted up before, and you know what? Screw it, we're gonna chat up with some new people. Are you a person I haven't spoken to yet?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening,
This is
Doctor.
an odd view.
I don't think we've been introduced yet.
I don't know who you are, no.
My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And
Now I
I'm
can move it.
Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Alright, let's learn about this woman, Pippa Hawkins. Your life in London. How's the situation here, as if we don't already know?
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Well, get a grip. The Spanish flu won't last forever. Well, the Spanish flu won't last
Nurse
forever.
Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
After it killed a quarter of the population.
But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Oh, hey, you're still here.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Can't we all relate now, living not long after 2020? You've been a nurse for how long, ma'am?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Well, what does that mean? You would be surprised?
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
That's fair. So, how's the staff coping?
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Well, why is Milton so grumpy? He's
Why
like
is
the arms
Milton
dealer.
grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Oh, I want to listen to that. What the hell does that mean? Milton's reputation is mediocre among his colleagues. Oh, that's what it meant. I only have 3 hints on him, really? Okay, well, let's keep talking to people. Why, especially the practitioners?
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Nah, we kind of already learned that. Let's go back. We don't have anything else to ask you there. Personal questions, maybe? No, we got nothing. So, hey, we'll catch you later, Pippa.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
And let's just keep on chatting people up, because, you know, why the hell not?
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
Oh, is this the spot? Is this the spot where it was?
It's locked.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, you know what? This is something to deal with at another time. I wanted to chat up with everybody here first before I start, you know, exploring outside the hospital. Wait, is that my reflection? Do I not have a head? Can I not see my reflection? Oh, no, I saw the back of my head there. No, yes, I can. Okay, so it's not old school vampire rules there. Ooh, what's this? Due to influenza, I no longer take any patients. Okay, that's another sign like that. Oh, hey, shiny garbage can. What's in you? Just some goods. You seem like a new face. Or new face to me,
Good
at
evening,
least.
sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay, that's a fair enough thing to ask, so tell me more about you, Harvey. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious
Aw.
about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Alright, we gotta patch this guy up. Tell me about the
Are
hospital.
you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well,
I guess not.
it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Well, maybe we can fix his arm at some point. Doctors are arguing about your case, though? What's going on?
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
So there's two doctors here, Strickland and Aykroyd, I think you said. They're arguing over what's the best treatment for you. They're letting ego get ahead of themselves, aren't they? Well, if I hit the medical
checkup... Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Alright, that's what happens when I've hit E on him. Well, what about F for details? Oh, that just tells me his blood quality. Okay, bye.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Yeah, hopefully next time I see you, you'll have a fixed-up arm. Sorry about what happened to you, dude. Oh, stuff to steal while this person is dying in bed. Perfect.
Reads me like a book.
So you seem like to be a different dude. Who are you?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland.
Ah,
Dr.
you're Strickland.
Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
So you like blood too. I can relate. Totally not because I'm a vampire. Tell me about yourself.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Okay, I want to know, like, what's your deal, John? Our guy's name is John. What did you do about blood transfusions? That was so revolutionary, I wonder. What made you choose that career?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me.
What, really?
I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Well, I'm, glad to help you.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Well, I like your optimism. Tell me about your experiments.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just
Okay.
theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
I just need to read that hint. Those experiments in blood transfusion have not been successful yet. Oh, this puts me on edge about trusting this guy. Alright. Anything else we can talk to him about? Yeah, about Pembroke Hospital.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need my help? You seem quite optimistic. Well, do you need my help?
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Alright, so we got a mission from him. Sure, I mean, I don't really trust you, but I am curious as to what you're working on. So you seem quite optimistic.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Oh, you seem to have been somewhat friendly terms with Milton at some point. Anything else we can ask him about his personal life? Oh, what about your transfusion technique? I want to learn more.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Alright, tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Oh. That's how he got hurt? Well, you must remain neutral, my friend. You're a doctor, after all.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Alright, you do seem a bit compassionate there, so I'm kinda on your side right now. Alright, well, catch you around, Dr. Strickland.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Yeah, let's see if we can find that Dr. Ackroyd somewhere around here.
Words to calm the children, Ellen.
Dip-bip-boo, boo-bip-boo, boo-ba-dip-bip-boo, da-da-da-da-da. You seem to be a new face.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I
Oh.
suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
I kind of feel bad talking to you, dude, but I need info. How painful is your throat?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
We must communicate,
I'm sure
man.
you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Oh man, I feel bad for him. Wait, why is this still lit up? How painful is your throat? I thought we already asked him that.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Oh, we can just give him the other option now to... Alright, let him rest.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Wait, I think we can still talk to him, right? There
Good
was still,
evening,
like,
Mr.
personal
Goswick.
questions we can ask him, right?
How are you?
I'm okay.
Personal questions? Tell me about yourself!
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Alright, that's all we're getting. Okay, we can leave him alone
I
now.
have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir.
I feel bad for this dude. Wait, why are you seem healthy? Who are you?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of
Oh.
Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Well, tell me about your life in London first. Tell me about yourself, ma'am.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Huh. Are you that rich?
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
I'm super on the fence of trusting you, ma'am. You just... No offense, you seem like one of those Black Widows. What are you doing in your life?
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
That's interesting. But, compliments about your reception here? Oh, complaints about your reception here. Sorry. What does that mean, though?
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me about your arrival, then.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Oh. She charged you?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your stupor?
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if we can just, like, outright say, hey, give me money and I'll give you a bed around here. Alright, personal questions. Anything we can ask her? Nope. Alright, let's move on.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright, I want to talk to that Dr. Hawkins. Pippa, I believe her first name was. I'm not going to talk to you, Mortimer, though, because you definitely are in a lot of pain. Before I talk to you again, dude, I want to talk to the other died. Alcroyd, something like that. I'll chat him up. Wait, are you Dr. Hawkins?
What can I do
Nurse
for you,
Hawkins,
Doctor?
I mean? No, you're Dorothy Crane. Okay, sorry.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Are you a different doctor?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
No, you're
And
Strickland,
good evening
okay.
to you, Dr. Reed.
Are you a new face? No, I think you're another
Good
doctor
evening,
I talked
sir.
before.
I'm Dr.
Oh, no,
Reed.
you're new.
I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd.
Ah,
Welcome aboard,
Ackroyd.
I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Okay, so you seem a little arrogant, but do you have problems with me, sir?
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Okay, no need for such animosity. You better change your tone with me. Jealousy will not do you any good. Alright, you know what? Let's be a little civil with this. No need for such animosity.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
I mean, I could get us blood, but the issue is I'm gonna drink it all. Tell me about Pembroke Hospital.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
So you want to follow the rules to this stuff. Waverly disapproves of modern medicine methods. Oh, that's what you mean by it. So, Dr. Strickland wants to use a modern medical practice to heal Harvey Fiddick. But you here, Dr. Ackroyd, you don't agree on that because the old form seems to be working just fine, and you'd think, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Huh. Well, I guess I would want to know more about what treatment Dr. Strickland wants to use and what treatment you want to use before I'd say outright who has the best intentions for Dr. Fiddick. Not Doctor, just Mr. Fiddick. Wait, why does this guy have a... Oh, right, he's injured. That's why he has a little thing on him. Your thoughts about Strickland's research now that we understand this a bit?
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
There we are. So why do you wish to lead this surgery then?
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
It's true, he just said not too long ago, Dr. Strickland, that his procedures or his experiments aren't really working. You will assume the consequences. I trust your judgment. It's a conservative point of view. Well, you will assume all the consequences if something goes wrong, buddy.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
I am kind of, on the fence. I guess I kind of am on Dr. Ackroyd's side, since we already know that Dr. Strickland's experiments haven't been really successful. And this method, the old way, is tried and true. It may not be the best, but it does seem more likely to have the best results for poor Fiddick. Well, is your rivalry blinding you?
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Sure. I mean, you're an adult. I can kind of go with that. Is there anything else we can ask you? Oh, I have proved my values as a practitioner. Bad memories of your military service? Well, prove my values as a practitioner.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And
Nowadays,
what
it's
exactly
blood.
is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Whoa. Okay, that is a very accusation thing to say. I have saved many lives. Knowledge is my main weapon. No reason to justify my actions. Knowledge is my main weapon.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon. And it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative. It is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Okay, so... Listen, man, I don't see you doing things on the front line. Well, what's your military service like?
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Yeah, I can agree with that as well. And I think we're done chatting you up.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Well, I'm glad I ran into you. I was looking for you for a bit, buddy. Where to now, I guess? Well, maybe now I should talk to Fiddick. I talked to his doctors. Yeah, we may as well just see Fiddick. I talked up to your doctors. What do you think of all this?
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Let's see. That would be personal questions, maybe. Why feel guilty about your injury?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me.
What?
And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Well, your wife died because of you?
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh! Oh, that is sad. Oh, you didn't cause that, man. No, that's not your fault at all. It's the damn war's fault. Well, Did you voluntarily hurt yourself then?
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that, my friend. Tell me about the death of your wife.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
Oh, man. So many died during the bombings. Are your children all right?
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Yeah. Well, so many died during the bombings.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
I feel bad for you, man, and your kids. Alright, well, anything for the life in London we can add? No. Okay, well...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see
Yeah.
you later.
And you know, let's see if I can't talk with, you again, Dr. Strickland. Because I talked to Dr. Aykroyd.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Let's see, your life in London, Aykroyd's aversions to modern methods, tell me.
What do you think of Dr. Aykroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Aykroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Aykroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Okay, dokie. So you call him arrogant, he calls you arrogant, and you both feel like that what you're doing is for the best of the patient. We need more hints to learn more about your stuff. Well, glad we had this chat.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Now, let's go find that... Oh, there's Dr. Aykroyd again. No, we're not going to talk to him again. Let's find that nurse. Nurse Pippa Hawkins, is it you?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good
Yeah, it's
evening,
you.
Dr. Reed.
Personal questions? Nope. What about life in London? No, we can't ask her about that. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Well, where to now, I wonder? You know, I'm gonna talk to that, guy with the injured throat again, you know, because we talked to his mom. May as well talk to him now again, see if we got anything new.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
Oh, yes, we got a new thing. How about your hospitalization?
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Aww. I don't know what just happened. It just kind of like something clicked out of the screen. I don't know. Let's return. Let's see what happens.
Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire doctor.
Okay, so you don't want to pursue a romantic thing with him. I'm sorry about that. You know what? I'm gonna replay what she says here. You know, just because things got cut.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire doctor.
Alright, we replayed that. And there's nothing really more for us to talk about, so I'll
leave
catch you later.
Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Can I talk to anything new with
Good
you,
evening,
Doc?
Dr. Tibbets.
For Dr. Tibbets, that's
Dr.
it.
Reed,
Oh yes, you are exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
no. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
You have nothing to prove. Nurse Brannon's worried. Your attitude is irresponsible. What's the best thing to tell him in this sort of situation? He has nothing to prove. Your attitude is irresponsible. I don't know about this kind of stuff. Nurse Brannon's worried about you, Doc.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Oh, alright then. I wonder if you guys got a romance going on. Nothing more to ask him, so we'll just see him around.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Let's see if we can talk anything new with Milton.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
No personal questions, and oh, your mediocre reputation.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed.
Whoa.
Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push you anymore on this.
Goodbye, Milton.
Have a good night, buddy. There are a few people here that I still haven't seen yet, but I guess they're not at the doctor's office or at the hospital, so not a big deal if I'm not seeing them now. I should probably, at this point, you know, look around, talk to people. Well, wait, no. Let me look at that again. Oh, yes, look, different areas have different people. So the pillar of this community is Sean Hampton, and the pillar of this one is Dr. Edgar Swansea. So there should be 3 other people here in the hospital. And yeah, it's only natural I missed some people there because I was barely there. And there's going to be... pillar of this community is Dorothy Crane? But, okay, you know what, not going to overthink that now. And, oh, yeah, if you... No, wrong button, sorry. Milton, Midnight in the Garden. Oh, this is just like the things that we can do for them, the missions. Find out who's spying on Thelma, and enter the backyard garden, probably to get his wallet. And missing ingredients. Or go to the pharmacy. Very good, but I'm not going to leave the hospital just yet. I'm still going to wander around and chat up with folks if need be. Well, you two are getting along, aren't you? Yeah, I'm not going to question it or anything.
I cannot enter.
Hey, there's a sign here. Prevent disease, careless spitting, sneezing, coughing, spread influenza, spread by droplets sprayed from the nose and throat. Do not cough in public. Yeah, that's not going to stop many people, we've learned that. Oh, this door is openable. It leads back outside, though, and like I said, I don't want to leave just yet. I want to keep exploring the hospital. Oh, I picked up a letter? A long letter. Oh, well, time to read. Birmingham to... Oh, wait, what's that word? Bringing him, whatever, 27th of October. Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again, and we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hag from the 3rd floor? She passed away 2 days ago, and her flat is already occupied again. Geez, would you have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman died of the flu just a few hours ago? Sorry, I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mum, Dad, and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Auntie Pippa. You should see the little bugger, already driving me mad. And Mom says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes the next time you come back home. In your last letter, you told me you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. There are always jobs at the factory, but wages are shit, and it's boring as a day without a shag. Oh, I have new fiance, and no, I'm no slut, you moral bitch you. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about, the Guard of Pruin. Something like that? Never heard of them, but if they are, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, then maybe it's a good choice for you. Just be sure not to let others go in front. Just be sure to let the others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got himself killed in France, by leading too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, come back as soon as you can and give me all the good news before that. I am your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mum, and Dad. Okay, so Nurse Hawkins has a sister and a family back at home, and she really needs the money to send back to them. That explains why she's charging people for beds. Yeah, let's see. Pippa's thinking about quitting. She's also thinking about quitting the hospital and joining the Pruin. Girl, I don't want to have to eat you. Don't do it. And who's this in front of me?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Oh,
Good
it's
evening,
Hawkins.
Dr. Reed.
Well, if that's the case, can I ask you a personal question since I read your personal mail? Yep, leaving the hospital.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
Be proud of what you achieve. Patients need you. This is not acceptable. Patients need you.
But you're doing something important here. For all the patients who need your help.
We save lives, sure. Each time we send a cured patient home, it's a relief beyond words. But since the epidemic, I feel so powerless.
Yeah, I understand. Oh wow, we got another hint from her. Pippa has felt useless as a nurse since the beginning of the epidemic. Hey, one more clue and her blood quality is gonna be spotless. Well, we need another hint for that. And I don't think we got anything here. Nope. Alright, well, catch you later.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Want to see if Swansey's in his office? Okay, he's busy. Hey, what's this? Got a hacksaw. Wasn't expecting to find that, eh? It's a level 2 hacksaw. Oh no, it's level 1 and I can make it a level 2. Does 65 damage, a surgical hacksaw, able to cut through bone. Well, let's see. It is a one-handed, so everything else... Yeah, you know what? I might make that my main weapon. One moment. Much better. Hey, another note. T. Elwood's medical file. Yes, please. Patient Thomas Elwood, male, age 28. Followed by Dr. Tippett. Status: convascucy... I don't know that word. Date of admission, September 16th. Date of release to be determined. Notes: the patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are still burning under the skin. He says that. Examinations of the cicatricized tissue show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could it be a case of persisting nerve damage? The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting as punishment for not dying with his comrades. That could be it. Hint available. Thomas feels responsible for disfiguration during the war. Well, now we see a bit of a close-up. Ouch. Well, we should probably go down and talk to him for a bit. Now that we, read his private medical file. Hey, Tom.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Let's see. Personal questions. Nope, got nothing there. And your life in London. Oh, real cause of your injury. Yes, please.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Wait, what really happened?
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Wow, that is really cold. Irony to say cold, I know, after hearing about a fire. But why lie about this? Well, we know why he would lie, but let's humor John and just ask why.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Yeah, well, surgery can help you. Beauty's not everything. You can't hide forever. Well, it's mean to say beauty is not everything. You can't hide forever. I mean, come on. Like, if he wants to lie about something like this, fine. I mean, it's not like he's getting any benefit from it. It's not like he's getting any sort of, like, free healthcare or something. It just is what it is. So, sure, surgery can help you, though, man.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Oh, hint failed. I messed this up. Aw, hint lost. Aw, man. Well, that sucks. And I can't go back to fix it, huh?
Why lie about it?
Come on. I don't want to...
Oh well, I messed this up beyond any sort of saving. That sucks.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
It's not like I can make multiple save files and replay things and try to get it right. It's just not a thing in this game. Oh well.